Yo, consort.
That's right. It was a long time ago, though. I barely remember. What drew you back to the Citadel? And to the
I'm
console?
gonna do everything in my power not to bang her.
It may sound strange, but I see.
Because, like, if you pick just... The dialogue options don't tell you
Commander,
exactly what
I
you're gonna
recently
say,
received
right?
a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with me. Even the Alcor diplomat has withdrawn his campaign against me.
Glad to help.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander, but I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see your skin, tough as the scales
Yeah,
on
I'll
any
sleep with you
Turian,
if
unyielding.
you
A
tell
wall
me this.
between you and everyone else, but it protects you, makes you strong. It is that strength that people are drawn to. It is why you lead and others follow without question.
That's why I
You
couldn't
will
find
need that
it.
leadership in the battles to come.
I had hid.
This may be who you are, but it is not who you will become. It only forms the
weapon and
basis for your
warframe.
future greatness.
You can...
Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
At least now you can play without being fucked with.
Right? Yeah.
Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander. I'm like, that's it? All you
You
have to
have
do is
quite a
talk
gift,
to me?
Jaira.
Jesus Christ.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Not everyone
Give her the fuck
appreciates it
cry
as you
already.
do.
Fuck.
I know.
Never
Put her in the
underestimate the
freezer.
power of words. Here, Commander. In light of your efforts with the Alcor
More good.
ambassador,
I
would
hope
like
that's
you
not
to
too
have this small
distracting
trinket.
on stream. Okay, cool. A trinket.
What is it?
A small mystery.
Like that loud.
I've never learned its use or purpose, but I sense it is time for me to pass it on. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you.
Yes, I will leave. No bang bang time. I have leveled up, which means everybody else has leveled up. I can put some points in. Let's do tactical armor. And then this gives me... Ooh! Spectre training. Let's level up my...
No, not the chimes. The child that's screaming.
Screaming outside, yeah.
Roz. Roz, no.
What?
Roz. Bap him. Bap him. Don't let him. No.
he's trying to attack Chow.
Not attack him, but he was gonna like pounce him kind of thing. He was gonna like try to play with him kind of, I think. He was like stalking him.
Chowder's not a player. So what do you want to do about this? Because I can't sit here like
No,
this.
go ahead and turn around. Come here, Shaw. Come here.
He's watching.
Come here. He didn't see him when he first walked by, though. And Roz immediately was just like, bitch.
Bitch.
Bitch, I'ma stalk you.
The chimes are much like... Well, it is windy outside, so... I mean, not much we can do about the wind. Hey, Chow. Do you want to not go over there?
I'll be right back. Hello.
Tactical armor. Upgrade decryption. You can get damping to... Assault rifles. Bang. Oh, Garrus's face. How obstructing is the camera where I got it? Yeah. Hmm. Not much. But I mean, like, in general, like just me playing the game. If you notice that it's blocking out like important bits that you think might be there. Okay, we got another. I've been listening to all of the codex entries.
All modern infantry weapons, from pistols to assault rifles, use micro-scaled mass accelerator technology. Projectiles consist of tiny metal slugs suspended within a mass-reducing field, accelerated by magnetic force to speeds that inflict kinetic damage. The ammo magazine is a simple block
Yeah,
of
Bree's
metal.
watching, but I mean,
The gun's
also I would
internal
appreciate
computer
your
calculates the mass needed to reach the target based
your
on
input
distance,
too, because
gravity,
you're also watching
and atmospheric
the
pressure.
same screen that she's
Then
watching.
shears
So
off an appropriate-sized slug from the block. A single block can supply thousands of rounds, making ammo a non-issue during any engagement. Top-line weapons also feature smart targeting that allows them to correct for weather and environment. Firing on a
Chowder's
target
being
in a howling gale feels the
remarkably
same as it
good.
does on a calm day at the practice range. Smart targeting does not mean a bullet will automatically find the mark every time the trigger is pulled. It only makes it easier for the marksman to aim.
covers up some of Garrus's face though. So like if I'm in like a cutscene and I'm talking to somebody, you know, pay attention to it and see like, does it cut off somebody's entire face or it's just like their body? Mm-hmm. Oh, put that away. Put that away. Jesus. I have noticed that if I'm in an elevator and my squad mates talk to each other, the subtitles get moved to the top. So my camera does cut off a little bit of subtitles at the top, but it's not important subtitles. Yeah. Well, I got Tally because I'm romancing her, obviously. She gets drunk as fuck, too, in, like, the second or the third game. She gets, like, fucking shit-faced. And you're like, how did you get drunk? You can't open your suit to drink. And she goes, an emergency induction port. And then somebody else that's near her goes, she means a straw. She used a straw. The emergency induction port, she called it.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials
So I was talking about
refused to
Tally's
comment.
clothing earlier, Bree, before you joined. Her, like, on her stomach and on her chest is, like, there's, like, a latex, I don't know, like a latex rubber material. And it is lit and it's textured so well. I can't quite get a good look at her because she moves whenever I talk. A keeper! Oh my god! I need 3 now. Because this is... You can tell where all the differences are. Like, look at Anderson's face when I get into this conversation. Look at that! Like, it's so much
I've got
better
big
from the
news for you,
original.
Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship
And
is
wait
yours.
till you see Joker's face, too. They did a good
It's
job
great
on
and quiet,
Joker.
and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
What kind of leads do we have?
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports
Yeah.
of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharaohs and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
But it still looks like the depth on it is definitely there.
I'll make it slightly smaller. We'll see if that does much. That looks fine. And you can still read the newest follower and newest subscriber, right?
The Reapers are the real threat.
Okay.
I'm with the council on this one.
So it works.
I'm not sure they
So
even
it's
exist.
good now, right? I think
But if
that's
they
a good.
do exist, the conduit's
size
the
for
key
it.
to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop it.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
I'm definitely going to go get Liara first.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now.
Yeah.
You don't answer to us.
But your actions
I'm
still
interested
reflect
to
on
see
humanity as a whole.
how she
You make a
looks.
mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Okay, I don't have any questions, Captain, actually. Let's inspect the Normandy. Boop. That's some XP. Okay, this is my first speech, guys.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination
does.
in progress.
Yeah, well, this one's not like, you know, a super hype one. He just goes, you know, we can do it, we have a mission.
Captain Anderson.
There's
He
Joker.
survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%.
I
Intercom's open.
know.
You got anything you want to say to the crew?
I'm so excited for Mass Effect 2. Yeah, Mass Effect 2, right? Miranda, her face, is based off of a real person. Her name is Yvonne or something. She's also the voice actor for Miranda. So I'm very interested to see how they did her face, if they did it any differently at all. I need to be honest with the crew, right? Honesty is the best policy.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy. This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space. Our enemy knows we're coming. Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down. Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Garrus. Alright, I need
Commander,
to talk to everybody
something you need?
again.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect.
I like
Takes a while to
Joker
get used to that
being
oversized
like
drive core we
in
got stuffed in
command
back
of the
your power and
Normandy,
sneak up
but
on
I
you
do
out
miss
there.
Edie.
The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you.
No, she's
I'm
in Mass
anything
Effect
but
2.
average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I
Yeah.
can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You
He
want
does,
me
but
as your pilot.
he
I'm not
knows
good.
that she's just
I'm
an
not even
AI,
great. I'm the
but
best damn helmsman in the
he
Alliance.
has definitely a
Top of
connection
my
with
class
her.
in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity.
And when she
for
gets
my
her
disease.
body in Mass Effect 3, when she gets her body, he's like, I fully approve. I approve of this 100%.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
Yeah.
You mean you didn't know?
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is.
I've got Froelich syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly.
He's talking
They're
about it right
basically
now.
hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack. It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make a dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bone.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me
Yeah,
about
for
never
sure.
smiling.
Because they wanted Joker to
Started
be a
calling me
comedic
Joker.
relief, and he is
It
comedic.
stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school,
Mhm.
Commander.
I think
The
they
world's not gonna hand you
probably
anything if you go around grinning
loosely
like an
based his face
By
off
the end of
him.
the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it.
Look at the
They all
design
put
on
their
his
asses kicked by
hat.
a
You can
sickly
see
kid
the
with twinkly
stitching.
little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Oh my god.
I have to go.
Can you close that window?
You want it closed now? Okay. I guess. Just close the damn window. Did you see the stitching on that hat? It's like you couldn't see that before. It was just like a gray blob, you know? It's so like I'm not even like I can't be upset with this for any reason. They did everything exactly the way they needed to do it. Like, look at this old guy. If you remember him from the first game, man, he didn't look very good.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
This is like a game that they could have released, 2 years ago instead of 8 years ago.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our
And this is
problems.
from the first game. This game came out in 2007.
Don't need their help.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1 came out in 2007. That might have been Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3 was 2012, I think. Or 2013, some shit like that. But it's been a while. Yeah, that just recent. Yeah.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a
Caitlin's got a
problem.
drill. And a little worried.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit.
You know
Those
what?
raiders were no match for an Alliance
He
fleet.
kind of is.
Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was
But it's for the same reason that
you held out as
Ashley is.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
I don't like her either. I normally pick her, later on. Not gonna spoil it for people who haven't seen. Because this is all going on YouTube, we are now, as of right now, we're on episode 6. We're midway through episode 6 already. And I've only just got the ship! This is my room now, I guess. Personnel manual. Examine. Oop, codex. I don't know what she's doing, but... Yeah.
Anything you need, Commander?
Yeah. Well, this was just a remaster. They didn't like remake the game, so they're still running the engine that they made the original game on, so that only allows them to do so much. But then Mass Effect 2 and 3, I'm very interested to see how those have changed.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted
Yeah.
enough of your time for now, Commander.
The hair texture, like, they've increased it for sure, but it still looks flat. There's no dimension to it.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting...
That's right at the start.
We were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
He
We'll talk
doesn't.
another time.
He never really has anything to say, you know. And male, I believe. Yeah, but I think maybe I'm mistaken, but I think Ashley is just straight. I don't think she swings both ways or anything. No.
Yes, Commander?
Chakwas!
Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school.
Somebody, when they released like
Too safe,
the first
too secure.
comparison
I
trailer
figured
for
the
this,
colonies were teeming with
somebody
exotic
commented
adventure.
and
I wanted
said
to travel the stars,
it's
tending
Mass
the
Effect,
wounds of tough
the
soldiers
lit
with
up
piercing
version.
eyes and
Like
sensitive souls.
all they've done is gone through and lit
Turns
things
out
up,
military life
which
is
is one of the
quite
things
as
they did. They did
romantic as I'd
make dark
imagined.
rooms lighter and
But
all that.
humanity needs the Alliance.
But there's
We want to
there's
keep expanding through
definitely
the Traverse.
a
And the Alliance
lot
always
of
needs good
other
doctors.
increases that they've done
So I stayed
graphic
on to
wise
do my
and
best.
combat wise. The combat is much better.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special
Yeah.
about working on soldiers.
Like look at
If I left
where
the
her
Alliance now, I'd feel like
abdomen
I was
is. You can see
abandoned.
wrinkles in her clothing.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
Yeah,
I
I've
should
already
go.
had this conversation
Goodbye,
with her.
Commander.
Okay, well, I mean, I gotta go down to the cargo bay. Because Garrus is gonna be down there in the cargo bay. I gotta talk to him. And Rex is down there too, I think. Yeah, they could have, but you are inside of a ship with artificial lights, and it's not like you're outside. Let's talk to Rex. Yo, Rex, what's up?
Nice ship you got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
You know, Shepard and
Story, Rex.
Garrus
There's
are
no
definitely
story.
like the bro team. They
Go ask the
become
Quarians
such
what's
good
the
friends.
story.
But I would say the next closest friend to Shepard is Rex, because Rex is always excited to see him. He's always like, "Damn it, Shepard, you showed up!" You know.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah. I think in episode 3, I think, I go through all of the primary codex that I have unlocked, and his species is one of them, and it explains all that. Only 1 out of 1,000 births are legitimate, you know, they survive.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
He's got multiple hearts, multiple stomachs, multiple sets of lungs. He's got 4 testicles. Just because his species has to be able to survive. Like, if he takes a shot to the stomach that would normally kill somebody else, he would be fine. Damn it, Jim! Yeah, they were, because of the Rachni.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with...
There's a whole story that goes along with that, too. That's not just background shit. That contributes to the story of the game as you play
I
it.
suppose it's destroying your entire species.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare
Yeah.
humanity
I have to, like...
to the Krogan.
I have to be really on getting Paragon points, because in a very specific mission, there's a chance
Trying to upset you.
that you have to shoot Rex if you're not good enough. And I don't want that to happen, considering I'm starting all the way over from the start. Anything can happen.
But it's not what's killing us.
So long, Rex.
So, sorry, I was talking over that, basically, what he was saying. The genophage has infected them, but it's not what's killing them. They're killing themselves.
Commander?
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to...
I figured you would be busy, you hoe.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen.
Fair enough.
Sir.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at Citadel.
Here's a very good scene that you can tell the detail that they put into making something look metallic when I'm talking to Garrus, because his armor's metal and it shines and it's scuffed and
Spectres make their own.
it's so good.
Handle things your way.
Hey, Tyler.
Buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first.
It's a tall drink of water.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
Yes. Tiggs is using a drill for something out there. I don't know what the fuck.
CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore.
What?
I hate it.
What are you talking about?
The fucking metal pieces that go on, like, the door. On the frame. But only one of them fit. The rest of them fucking don't.
Sure, I guess.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make
I don't know what hinge she's putting on. It's
And without
still on a
CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Yes.
As long as
Which
you
was
do
I.
your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Okay.
Thank you, Commander.
Garrus is looking good. You could probably eat dinner off of Garrus. A specific location of Garrus's body is prime real estate.
You know that Quarian
Tally. She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Prime tube steak.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real
Well, I
knack
mean,
for
you're
technology
attracted to
now.
Ethan too.
I can
So.
see why you wanted her to come along.
Damn, what a shot.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Tally, her species lives on ships, right?
Fill
They
me
don't
in on
have
the
a
IES
homeworld
stealth
anymore
system.
because the
How
Geth
does it
ran them
work
off of it.
exactly?
You
So
can't hide a ship out
she
in
tells
space.
Shepard at some
Too
point,
much
she
heat
goes,
radiation.
I have a hard
Sensors
time
just give up.
sleeping
Unless
on the
you
Normandy.
capture those
And
emissions.
Shepard's like, what do
So
you
our
mean?
stealth
Well, what's
systems
the
trap
matter
the
with it?
energy we give
And
off
she
and
goes,
store
it's
it
just
built
too
into the ship
quiet.
itself. No
When
emissions,
something
no
is
amplification.
quiet on
Eventually,
our
we
ships
have
back
to
home, it means something has stopped
silent
working,
running
and
they
you better
overheat,
fix it.
cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
Yes.
Visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space.
Yeah, well,
Most
'cause-
vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Saren. What's going on with my eye there? Is that the scar on the side of my face coming all the way up to my eye like that? Or are those like freckles that I didn't notice before?
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only
What are you doing? Who was that? What
Chow.
was that?
It was Chow.
He's making that. Huh.
Yeah.
It might be the scar. If it's a scar, it's fine.
Where else have you served, Adams?
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates.
No, he was
and
hissing at.
My last assignment was on the Tokyo. Only a cruiser.
Hissing slash coughing slash sneezing,
Couldn't
doing
hold a candle to the
something
Normandy, though.
to razzle dazzle, razzle
Oh, my phone's
dazzle.
about to die.
Oh, there's a plug. No, there's not. You gotta plug the batteries, I guess.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever
Yeah,
designed.
that.
She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
The drive
What's
core.
special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about
Oh, the
twice
drive
size
core.
of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer.
Thought you were singing
we have
with
to
me.
discharge the core.
What?
I thought you were
No.
singing with me.
No.
Because I went in there and started singing to Rocky.
Carry on, Adams.
Okay, I'm done with you, Adams. Let me look at this. It's an XP. Codex. Talk to Tally.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a
We say
drive
Raz.
before.
I got something else that's amazing for you, Tally.
Raz.
Into a ship this
Razumdar.
I'm starting to understand
My
why
cock.
Alliance have been so successful.
Oh my god.
I had no idea Alliance
It's
vessels
just
were
big.
so advanced.
Yeah. This ship's special.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla.
Co-streamer Raz.
I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a
He's like,
vessel
"Wait,
like this
don't."
is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
He has pink and black beans.
Yeah, and he has an orange mustache.
Yeah, he does. It looks like he eats skitties.
But we don't have anything like this.
Look at Ruler back there in the hall.
Oh, that's a big stretch.
For as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger
If you-
vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired.
Yeah, he has mixed
modified, and
beans.
refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work.
He has tossed bean salad.
We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible at the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel.
Did my TV shut off?
But some things we
guess so.
just can't make on our own. A
Oh, well.
patch to maintain the hull of the
No,
ship
but
requires raw
it's
materials
on,
we just
but
don't
Rob
have.
was up there.
That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy.
Oh.
Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we
What would you say
do
her
in some
accent
way
is?
contribute to the
Where would you
continuation
say
of
it's
the
from?
migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds
Is the
among
game
my people
quiet?
are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender
Well,
many of the freedoms and civil
Nobody has said a
others
thing. It's been 4.5 hours.
What kind of freedom?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population
Is that better,
grows too
Tyler?
much,
I mean,
it would
it's just
strain our
talking.
resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
What in the fuck? Can you hear Bree? You can't hear Bree. I mean, I can increase it a little bit. I just don't want the game to be too loud.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
He was on it, and then Raz wanted it, so he was
So
just
the
like,
ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave
So,
and the
Corey, what do you
respective
think of
councils
Raz?
for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our
I
daily
sent Corey a
lives.
picture of
But
him.
in
He
theory,
said
we are
something.
still under military jurisdiction.
You can't has him.
The 5 top-ranking military officials in the
He chose me.
fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the
Corey, it's
entire
kind of
board
for
must resign their
fucking for a
posts.
reason. They can't have more than one kid because they have limited
In nearly 3
resources.
centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
Like Corey's,
The Geth
that's just
were
Corey's
originally
idea of humor.
created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex
Isn't that a
tasks,
Sphinx, Corey?
bringing them
The
closer and
naked cat, I
closer to
think, called
true
Sphinx?
AI status.
Yeah.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them.
We could have
Or so
named
we
him
thought.
Beerus.
But one thing we
Beerus.
underestimated was the power of the
Maybe we still
neural
could.
network. A
Yeah, his name's
million
Raz.
Geth thinking
Raz.
simultaneously
Okay, probably say
create
Raz,
an
though.
inherently unstable
Raspberry. Raspberries.
Dude, every time I say Roz, though, it makes me think of Roz from fucking Monsters, Inc.
Uh-huh. Raz.
didn't turn in your paperwork last night.
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth.
I know we are. Don't say
Basically,
anything.
the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Yeah, Corey. Shush.
You fucking snitch. You know what snitches get.
So there's some
Fucking
sort of group
stitches,
consciousness.
bitch.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on
No,
a
Tyler, they don't
process-based
get
level.
bitches.
It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious.
Snitches get bitches.
But
Tyler
when they're
said
in
they get
No,
post-processing,
snitches
they
are
can
bitches.
coordinate low-level functional processes,
And they
freeing
get
up more
stitches.
capacity for original or independent thought.
Oh shoot. Tyler, bitches get a gallon of milk.
This snitch gets no bitches. Poor Corey.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its
Get
body
fucked
over
me.
questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here?
sad.
What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Get fucked, self.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient
Chow,
being
you're
for
just
long.
trying to give me chips.
The Geth
Yeah,
were
he
showing
is.
signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth.
He
The
licked
Geth
it,
responded to this order
and the chip
violently.
moved, and he kept licking.
Can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other
sitting there
choice.
like,
The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting
Not the
quickly,
gameplay,
we
that's
had
not
a
true.
chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own home.
You could see them a lot.
We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never
I think
came
they've
beyond
done
the
it on
Now
purpose.
we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim.
You can see
because
them
no, you don't get to see her face. You get little teeny like hints at what her face might look like, and I think that's the point, right? The people, the vast community that chose Tali as like their favorite squad mate or their romance, they can make up their own face for her. She looks the way that they want her to look. You know, it's kind of like a fantasy person. If you can't see her face, your brain makes up an image.
Unless you're me.
I should go.
See you later.
You don't get to see her face though, Corey. It's a picture, yeah, and it's her without her helmet on, but the sun is behind her, so her face is still dark. It's like, why the fuck would you do that, Tali? You dick.
You dick. Cause fuck you. Cause fuck you and the high horse you rode in on.
Okay, what time is it now? It's 4:34. We're going to end that episode. Let's see. And then, here we go. 4:30? Yes, I've been streaming for 4 hours and 30 minutes. And I'm marking down when I want the episodes to end for YouTube.